Testosterone, the key hormone driving male sexual maturation, sustaining muscle mass, fortifying bone density, and underpinning fertility, making it a vital ingredient for the reproductive success of humankind.
You know there's an epidemic of low testosterone in young males.
We turn now to male infertility. It is an affliction that many struggle with in silence, and we could be headed toward a crisis. Researchers have found that male sperm count has plummeted by 50% since the 1970s.
If you look at the sperm concentrations, when we last looked at them, which was samples collected in 2011, the sperm concentration in Western countries was 47 million per milliliter, down from 99 million per milliliter 39 years earlier. So that's a decline of more than 1% per year. And it would predict between 2011 and now, which is 10 years, that we would be now below 40 million per milliliter. And that's an important number because below 40, it becomes increasingly difficult for couples to become pregnant.
Male testosterone levels and fertility have been dangerously declining over the past 2 decades, sounding alarm bells among the world's leading health and science experts. So, who are the culprits behind the massacre of male testosterone?
Let's initiate a critical investigation into the 5 prime suspects contributing to the decline in testosterone in men. And beware, one might just be hiding within your pants pocket. Ensure you stay with us throughout the entire investigation. We'll be revealing the scientifically proven tactics to combat against testosterone decline, so you don't end up like this unfortunate fellow in our crime scene today. Before we narrow down our list of suspects, it is essential that we can rule out natural aging for the cause of the testosterone demise.
It's a well-known fact that as men get older, their testosterone levels naturally decline, approximately 1 to 2% each year post the age of 30. But is this natural shift to blame for the steep drop we've observed over the last 2 decades? Consider this study. From 1999 till 2016, testosterone levels in adolescent and young adults have plummeted, with 20% of men between 15 and 39 years of age suffering from testosterone deficiency, even those with a healthy body mass index. It's clear this isn't just an old man's problem.
Having established that age isn't our culprit here, it's time to turn our attention to the first real suspect of this investigation.
Microplastics. Emerging research is sounding alarm bells about the synthetic chemicals in plastics such as BPA and phthalates, with their potential to wreak havoc on our endocrine systems. BPA, lurking in some food containers and receipt coatings, is notorious for its estrogen-mimicking behavior, potentially throwing testosterone production off balance. Phthalates, the culprits making plastic flexible, have been implicated in reducing testosterone synthesis. One striking study associated them with a 34% reduction in testosterone levels across both adults and adolescent males.
Now, let's tackle the mystery of how these microplastics are infiltrating our bodies.
They're everywhere, found in fish, sea salt, honey, and even the beer and water we consume. They settle as dust on our meals, and we breathe them in as they become airborne from the degradation of larger plastic items and fabrics. Even our skin isn't safe. It can absorb microplastics through personal care products that contain microbeads. Although regulated now, these beads were once a major health concern. Animal studies are clear-cut in demonstrating the effects of microplastics on testosterone, but human studies remain less definitive, hindered by the challenge of tracing such complex interactions. This highlights the dire need for more comprehensive and rigorous scientific inquiries to unravel these risks and their implications for human health.
But as we delve deeper into this investigation, it is obvious that microplastics can't be the sole culprit for the demise of our testosterone levels.
Obesity casts a long shadow over men's testosterone levels. The European Male Aging Study unearthed a startling statistic. Obese men are at a 8.7 times higher risk of developing hypogonadism, a condition marked by low testosterone levels. When we look at the broader picture, a review of 68 studies involving around 20,000 participants indicates that hypogonadism prevalence in obese individuals ranges from 22.9 to a staggering 78.8%, depending on whether free or total testosterone levels were measured. The link between obesity and diminishing testosterone is often pinned down to insulin resistance, which impacts the levels of the sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG for short, which transports testosterone through the bloodstream, meaning that any fluctuations in SHBG can significantly affect the bioavailability of testosterone. In cases of extreme obesity, there's even a risk of testicular failure, which can disrupt sperm production.
Tackling the obesity epidemic is a topic that we can't cover in full detail here. Yet we know that exercise and nutrition are powerful allies in the fight against global obesity. Yet amidst this, there may be one commonly consumed beverage which is assaulting your testosterone levels.
Alcohol consumption is well documented as a factor contributing to a range of health issues, notably including its impact on men's testosterone levels. Digging into the evidence, it's clear that heavy sustained drinking can trigger a significant drop in testosterone. One study identified a steep 27% dip in testosterone just after 5 days of heavy drinking, with levels plunging up to 55% in less than a month. This dramatic decrease is due to a two-pronged effect. Alcohol puts the brakes on testosterone production while speeding up the breakdown and removal from the body. But let's not jump to conclusions. Alcohol's effects on testosterone aren't uniform across the board. Some studies suggest that low to moderate drinking might not spell long-term trouble for testosterone levels.
Here's the silver lining for you. A casual glass of wine to decompress doesn't seem to be a major culprit in the testosterone decline. But don't get too comfortable yet, because our investigation leads us right into the grasp of another testosterone thief: chronic stress.
A fascinating study peered into the lives of 44 men across 6 different job sectors to decipher how work stress impacts testosterone levels. What they uncovered was eye-opening. Men parked in desk jobs saw their testosterone levels spike by 23% when the job stress was dialed down. Yet for the guys in more physically taxing jobs, the relief wasn't as significant, with a modest 4% increase. But when it comes to acute stress, like a nail-biting moment before a big event, the impact on testosterone levels is not as clear-cut. The research is split, with some studies showing a temporary dip, with others showing a brief surge, painting a complex picture between the dance of stress and hormones.
Lurking unexpectedly in your pocket, the final thief of your testosterone is your mobile phone.
Research is starting to shine light on how radio frequency electromagnetic radiation, or RFEMR, that our phones emit could be sapping our testosterone levels. A fascinating study with rats as the subject discovered something alarming. Those exposed to mobile phone radiation for 4 hours a day over 2 weeks saw their testosterone levels plunge by over a third. And while rats aren't humans, the fact that a whopping 85% of similar animal studies echo these results, they can't be ignored. We're left with intriguing questions. Could the same effect happen in men? The scientific jury is still out, but the potential implications are too significant to overlook. The exact mechanisms through which mobile phone usage impacts testosterone levels are not fully understood. However, one hypothesis is that RFEMR exposure from mobile phones could impair testicular function, which is crucial for testosterone production. Consequently, carrying your mobile phone in your front pocket of your pants may pose the greatest risk, positioning it alarmingly close to the testicles.
Having identified the prime suspects involved in the decline in global men's testosterone leads us to the critical question: how can we safeguard ourselves from getting kicked in the nuts?
Healthy BMI maintenance. Prioritize a balanced diet rich in whole foods, avoiding excessive sugar and processed items. Lean proteins, healthy fats, and fiber from fruits and vegetables to support hormone balance. Limit alcohol consumption to 2 standard drinks per week and engage in regular physical activity, combining strength training and cardio to promote muscle mass and fat burn, both of which have proven enhancements of both long and short-term testosterone levels. Microplastic reduction. Avoid purchasing any items containing high concentrations of BPA or phthalates. Reduce any single-use plastics and opt for glass or stainless steel containers for food and beverages. Mobile phone radiation mitigation. Keep mobile phones away from the body, especially away from the pockets and near reproductive organs, to minimize RF EMR exposure. Limit time spent on mobile phones and prefer hands-free devices to decrease direct contact. Stress management. Techniques such as meditation, breathing exercises, and yoga can lower your cortisol levels and decrease any negative impacts on testosterone production. Adequate sleep. Research shows that sleep and testosterone have a cyclical relationship, with testosterone levels increasing during sleep and reaching their peak during the first episode of REM sleep. Maintain a regular sleep schedule aiming for 7 to 9 hours a night to support circadian rhythms and regulate hormone production. Ensure a dark, cool, and quiet sleeping environment free from electronic devices before bedtime.
It is my hope that the strategies presented here today will help you sustain healthy testosterone levels and overall improve your health and well-being. Thank you for your interest in health and science.